Welcome class. Today's lesson is Discovering Tut. The saga continues, written by A.R. Williams. The theme of the story, first of all, the story deals with the mysteries and various theories regarding the life and death of the youngest ruler of ancient Egypt. The name was Tutankhamun. His tomb was discovered in 1922 by the famous archaeologist Howard Carter, and since then, his mummy has been subjected to an X ray and later a CT scan. These investigations have answered a lot of questions and offered new clues on his life and death. Before moving forward, we'll be discussing the characters who are there in the story. First and foremost is King Tut, the last heir of a powerful family that had ruled Egypt and its empire for centuries. His preserved body was the first to be scanned. Was the first mummy which was scanned. This is the importance of his tomb and his mummy. Second character is Howard Carter. Howard Carter was a British archaeologist who in 1922 discovered King Tut's tomb. His search caused great damage to King's preserved body. Another character is Zahi Hawass, the Secretary General of Egypt's Supreme Council of Antiquities. He scanned King Tut's mummy for an accurate forensic reconstruction. Then another one comes Amenhotep III. King Tut's father or grandfather was a powerful ruler who ruled for almost 4 decades. Another one is Amenhotep IV. He promoted the worship of Aten and changed his name to Akhenaten. He outraged the country by attacking Amun, a major god, by smashing his images and closing his temples. Now comes the series of events described in the lesson. Number 1. Death of King Tut. King Tut was just a teenager when he died. He was the last heir of a powerful family that had ruled Egypt and its empire for centuries. He was buried and forgotten over the years. But after the discovery of his tomb in 1922, the modern world wondered about the cause of his untimely death. He was brought out of his tomb, and recently a CT scan was done to ascertain the exact reasons of his death. Second one, the mummy of King Tut. At 6 p.m. on 5th January 2005, the world's most famous mummy, that is called preserved body, was taken out from its burial tomb. As the mummy of King Tut was being put into the scanner for performing a CT scan, angry winds stirred and dark clouds covered the stars. It was believed that there is some curse associated with this mummy. The weather had been overcast all day and the night sky was hidden by dark bellied clouds. The CT scan was being done to unearth the remaining medical mysteries that surrounded the untimely death of this young king who died more than 3,300 years ago. King Tut's tomb lies 26 feet underground in the ancient Egyptian cemetery known as the Valley of the Kings. Tourists from around the world came to visit the tomb to pay their respects. They gazed at the murals on the walls of the burial chamber and looked at King Tut's gilded face. Murals here are the inscriptions which were there on the wall, and they also looked at King Tut's gilded face. Gilded means gold plated. On the lid of his outer coffin, there was a gilded face of King Tut on the outer lid of the coffin, and they looked at that also with amazement. The visitors were curious and thoughtful. Some feared the Pharaoh's curse would befall those who disturbed him. It was believed, as I said, that there is some curse associated with this mummy. Third one, Howard Carter and his findings. Howard Carter, a British archaeologist, discovered King Tut's tomb in 1922 after years of futile searching. Its contents remain the richest royal collection ever found. There were dazzling works of art in gold and had caused a sensation then and continue to draw people's attention even today also. Today also those people who go Egypt, they are curious of mummies. They wish to watch them. King Tut was also buried with everyday things such as board games, a bronze razor, cases of food, clothes, wine, etc., that he would need in the life after death. This civilization believed that there is life after death also. So, whatever things they thought that their king might need after dying, they kept all those things in the tomb with the king. They included board games, bronze razor, cases of food, clothes, wine, etc. Zahi Hawass, Secretary General of Egypt's Supreme Council of Antiquities, explained that the mummy was in a very bad condition because of what Howard Carter did to it. Howard Carter found King Tut's body in three nested coffins, in three layers. The coffin was under three layers. In the first coffin, he found a shroud decorated with garlands of willow and olive leaves, wild celery, lotus petal, and cornflowers, which indicated that burial took place somewhere in March or April, because these are the things which are found generally in this month of the year, that is March or April. When he finally reached the mummy, he ran into trouble. Who? Howard Carter ran into trouble. The ritual resins had hardened, cementing King Tut to the bottom of the solid gold coffin. The resin which was used to seal the coffin, it had become hard and it was very difficult to open it, next to impossible. Howard Carter had to chisel out King Tut's mummy. Howard Carter tried to loosen the resin by putting the mummy outside in sun that heated it to 149 degrees Fahrenheit. For several hours, the mummy was kept out so that it will start melting the resin. Nothing happened. He reported that the tough material had to be cut from under the limbs and trunk to free the king's remains. They decided that this should be cut now, this tough material. The royals in King Tut's time believed that they could take their fortune with them after death. It was believed that they could take whatever they have achieved in this life, they could take with them. Hence, King Tut was buried with all his expensive belongings. To separate King Tut from his ornaments, Howard Carter's men removed the mummy's head and cut off nearly every major joint. Then they reassembled the remains of the body on a layer of sand in a wooden box with padding. That is why it was said that the mummy was in bad shape. I am repeating here again what Howard Carter had done. Howard Carter's men removed the mummy's head and cut off nearly every major joint. Then, after their investigation was done, what they did, they reassembled all the remaining parts of the body, all the parts, and they kept it on a layer of sand in a wooden box with padding. Number 4. King Tut's mummy X-rayed. Archaeology has changed since then, means when it was discovered in 1922. After that, lot of scientific inventions have come in the field of archaeology. It has changed drastically, focusing less on treasures and more on the fascinating details of the life and fascinating mysteries of death. Earlier, people were fascinated of the treasures which were kept with mummies, but now archaeology is focused on finding out the mysteries of life and death. It also uses more sophisticated tools. In 1968, more than 40 years after Howard Carter's discovery, An anatomy professor x-rayed the mummy and revealed an astonishing fact that beneath the resin that caked King Tut's chest, his breastbone and front ribs were missing. What he revealed after x-ray, that one of his breastbone and front ribs were missing. King Tut's demise was a big event, even by royal standards, as he was the last ruler of his family. His funeral meant the end of a royal dynasty. But the facts of his death and its consequences were unclear, that why had he died and how. King Tut and his ancestors. Then this story also deals with the aspect of King Tut and his ancestors. King Tut's father or grandfather, it's not clear. His name was Amenhotep III. He was a powerful king who ruled for almost 4 decades. His son Amenhotep IV succeeded him. He was a very strange king. He promoted worship of Aten, the sun disk, the sun god. Amenhotep IV was a strange king. He promoted the worship of Aten, that is the sun disk, sun god, and changed his name to Akhenaten. He moved the religious capital from Thebes to Akhenaten, now known as Amarna. Amarna is still a place in Egypt. He shocked the country by attacking a major god, Ammon. He also attacked a major god, his temples. He broke his images, his idols, and even closed down the temples of god Ammon, one of the major gods of Egypt. Ray Johnson, director of the University of Chicago Research Center in Luxor, called this king very odd and crazy. He said, "It must have been a terrible time for the people because the family that had ruled for centuries were coming to an end." After Akhenaten's death, Smenkhare, a mysterious ruler, ruled for a brief period and departed with hardly any sign of reign. It was then that a very young king, Tutankhamun, took over the throne. The boy soon changed his name to Tutankhamun. Earlier, his name was Tutankhaten, and he changed his name to Tutankhamun, known as King Tut today. He oversaw revival of the old ways. King Tut ruled for 9 years and then died unexpectedly. Now we come back to King Tut's mummy and its CT scan. King Tut is one mummy among many in Egypt. No one knows how many mummies there are in Egypt. Still, they are being discovered day by day. The Egyptian Mummy Project has recorded almost 600 and is still counting. King Tut's mummy was the first mummy to be CT scanned to ascertain the secret of his death by a portable scanner donated by National Geographical Society and Siemens. King Tut's entire body was scanned. On the night of the scan, workmen carried him from the tomb and rose it on a hydraulic lift into a trailer that held the scanner because it was quite heavy. However, initially the costly scanner could not function properly because of the sand in the cooler fan. The whole area where this tomb located was full of sand. But soon all the hurdles were crossed, and after the scan, the king was returned to his coffin to rest in peace. The CT scan showed an astonishing image of King Tut and his entire body very clearly. It showed a grey head, neck vertebra, a hand, several images of the rib cage, and a section of the skull. Zahi Hawass was relieved that nothing had seriously gone wrong. As the technicians left the trailer, they saw the star constellation which the ancient Egyptian knew as the soul of Osiris, the god of afterlife. They felt as if the god was watching over the boy king. I am repeating here. As the technicians left the trailer, means they put the tomb back and left the trailer, They saw the star constellation which the ancient Egyptians knew as the soul of Osiris, the god of the afterlife. And these people felt that the god was watching over the boy king. That was all about the lesson. Now we'll quickly go through the key points in order to recapitulate it once again. Tutankhamun, King Tut, died as a teenage pharaoh and was buried laden with gold. He was the last king of a powerful family that ruled Egypt for centuries. On 5th January 2005, his mummy was brought out of his tomb and a CT scan was done to ascertain the reasons of his death. Multitudes of tourists from around the world came to visit the tomb to pay their respects. Zahi Hawass, Secretary General of Egypt's Supreme Council of Antiquities, said that the mummy was in a very bad condition because of what Carter had done to it. Howard Carter, the British archaeologist, discovered King Tut's tomb in 1922 and investigated its contents. Carter faced difficulty in extracting the mummy out of the coffin. The ritual resins had hardened, resulting in cementing. King Tut's mummy to the bottom of his gold coffin, it was kept there. Howard Carter tried to loosen the resin using the sun, but in vain. His men thus removed the mummy's head and cut off nearly every major joint before reassembling it. In 1968, an anatomy professor x rayed the mummy and revealed a startling fact. He claimed that the breastbone and the front ribs of the mummy were missing. Amenhotep III, King Tut's father or grandfather, was a powerful king. He was succeeded by Amenhotep IV, who performed the worship of Aten, the sun god, and changed his name to Akhenaten. He made some other changes as well. King Tut's mummy was one of the first mummies to be scanned. The CT scan showed a grey head, neck vertebra, a hand, several images of the rib cage, and the section of the skull. Zahi Hawass revealed to find that nothing had gone seriously wrong with the mummy. After their observations, when they left, the wind had stopped and there was complete silence just above the entrance to the tomb. What had happened when they had done the investigation and put the mummy back at its place with respect? What had happened, the wind which was blowing heavily, the kind of storm which was there while they had taken out the tomb to do the investigation, everything was quieted now, everything was silent. King Tut's tomb stood Orion, the constellation, watching over the boy king, and there was the star constellation also named Orion. It is believed to be the soul of the god of afterlife, Orisis, and it seemed that it is watching over the boy king. That's all for this lesson. Thank you everyone for watching.